Let's get right into it.
Number 6. Imagine having a great day, like one of those rare, everything's going right days. And then suddenly, your brain whispers, "You don't deserve this." Congratulations! You've just experienced emotional guilt jutsu, the mental art of ruining your own happiness. Humans are wired for survival, not for joy. So when something finally feels good, your brain treats it like a suspicious free trial, limited time, probably a scam. This comes from a deep evolutionary quirk. Guilt kept our ancestors from being selfish jerks who hoarded mammoth meat. But now it just keeps you from enjoying pizza without thinking about your gym membership. There's even a name for this fun little malfunction: hedonic guilt. It's why you feel bad for binge-watching something dumb or smiling while the world burns online. Your brain basically confuses pleasure with danger and punishes you with anxiety because clearly enjoying life must mean you've done something terribly wrong. In reality, guilt is just emotional overkill, a leftover safety feature from when social rejection meant literal death. But now, you can eat ice cream at 3 a.m. and still have friends. Probably. Basically, your brain's guilt response is the emotional version of antivirus software that mistakes happiness for malware.
Number 5. Envy's evil twin. Let's talk about Schadenfreude. That's the fancy German word for "I'm not happy, but at least you're suffering." Everyone feels it. Some people just pretend they don't. When your coworker who brags about their new car gets a parking ticket, that little spark of satisfaction? Yeah, that's your brain throwing a party with confetti made of pettiness. Psychologists think Schadenfreude comes from the same system that tracks fairness. When someone who's above you stumbles, your brain reads it as justice served. It's evolutionary bookkeeping, keeping the social order balanced so no one gets too cocky. But here's the forbidden part. You're not supposed to admit it. Society tells us to be compassionate, forgiving, and to rise above. Yet deep down, your primal circuits just want a tiny bit of revenge dopamine. It's not that you're a bad person, it's just that your limbic system still lives in the Stone Age and loves a little drama. So next time you laugh at a celebrity fail compilation, don't feel too bad. Your brain is just restoring the sacred balance of the universe, one spilled latte at a time.
Number 4. The pleasure of pain. Okay, so your body is a masochist. No, seriously. Ever wondered why spicy food, horror movies, or heartbreak songs feel good in the worst possible way? That's your brain blending pain and pleasure like an emotional smoothie. See, when you feel pain, your body releases endorphins to calm you down. And those endorphins feel amazing. It's like your nervous system is apologizing for hurting you with a little "sorry, candy." So when you eat that chili pepper that feels like licking the sun, you're actually tricking your body into releasing a chemical hug. Psychologically, it's also about control. Voluntary pain, like tattoos, workouts, or sad playlists, gives your brain the illusion that you're mastering suffering. You get to play God over discomfort, which feels oddly empowering. It's the emotional equivalent of punching yourself in the face and saying, "You can't hurt me if I do it first." So yeah, humans are weird. We turned pain into a coping mechanism and called it self-care. Your ancestors ran from fire. You dip your wings in it for flavor.
Number 3. Compassion fatigue. You've probably felt this one without realizing it. You scroll through endless bad news, disasters, people crying for help, and instead of empathy, you just feel nothing. That's compassion fatigue, also known as emotional burnout with a side of guilt. Your brain only has so much empathy bandwidth. When it's overloaded, it just pulls the plug. Like, "Sorry, the kindness server is down. Please try again after coffee." This was never supposed to happen in our small tribal brains. Back then, you'd only worry about a handful of people. But now, with the internet, your emotional system is trying to care about everyone, everywhere, all of the time. And it can't, so it does the most human thing possible. It shuts down and pretends it's fine. And the forbidden emotion here? Apathy.
You're not supposed to feel numb to suffering, but your psyche literally does it to protect itself. You can't help everyone, and your brain knows it. Basically, compassion fatigue is what happens when your empathy muscle goes to the gym too much and tears itself.
Number 2.
The joy of destruction. There's something disturbingly satisfying about breaking stuff. Smashing glass, tearing paper, popping bubble wrap. It's like your inner caveman is throwing a tantrum and loving every second. And guess what? There's a name for that. It's called destructive curiosity, and your brain is a huge fan. When you destroy something, your brain lights up in the same reward areas as when you create something. Why? Because both acts represent control. You're changing the world around you, bending it to your will, even if that means setting it on metaphorical fire. It's creative chaos. Kids get this right away. Give a toddler a toy, and 5 minutes later, it's in pieces. Adults pretend they've evolved past that, but deep down, we still love the raw power of unmaking. Ever hit delete on an entire essay and felt weirdly free? That's your dopamine saying, nice, you just destroyed a tiny universe. The forbidden emotion here is pleasure from destruction. Society tells us to build, to preserve, to behave, but our primal wiring still craves that cathartic crunch of something breaking. Because for a split second, chaos feels like control, and control feels like peace. Basically, demolition is therapy, just louder.
Number 1. The forbidden emotion itself. Here's the grand finale. You're not supposed to feel nothing. That's the forbidden emotion. Emotional emptiness. The quiet void that creeps in when you should feel something, but don't. Not happy, not sad, not even angry. Just a blank mental hum like static on a dead TV channel. We treat it like a flaw, but it's actually a defense mechanism. When your brain gets overwhelmed, too much fear, guilt, grief, it just flips the breaker. Emotional shutdown. It's your mind saying, let's not crash the system today. Psychologists call this emotional blunting or dissociation. It's what happens when your nervous system is so done that it decides apathy is safer than pain. You become a ghost in your own story, watching everything happen like it's someone else's problem. It's forbidden because society worships emotion. You're supposed to feel passion, empathy, outrage, joy. So when you don't, it feels wrong. But really, it's your body giving you space to reboot. The absence of emotion isn't emptiness, it's recovery mode. Basically, your mind isn't broken, it's buffering. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.